So here I'm going to show you the Ninja Topo tool. It's to retopologize geometry. So if you look at this guy, I've tessellated him so he isn't very pretty. Well, he's not too bad, but he's really high res, and if you want to do a low res version of this, then I'll show you how. So if you have the Ninja Topo script and you've put it in the bonus tools, you just click on the Ninja Topo and it brings up the window. So you basically select the mesh that you want to retopologize and hit Start Interactive Topo. Then you can create, there's a couple ways to start off. So I'll show you how to start off with just a spline. You just create, I'll just create 3 segments there, and then you just hit offset curve. This offset is this amount, so if you want to offset it 4 centimeters, then you can offset it 4 centimeters. Also, you can see that the normals are flipped, so down here we have poly tools, and we can flip those normals. And so now you've got just a little geometry strip. You can select edges and extrude those edges, and you'll see that when it extrudes it will conform to the mesh. So you can do that, and if you need to adjust some verts, you can just move some verts around until you get what you want. So let's straighten this edge out a little, and let's straighten that edge so it's a bit cleaner. If you want, you can turn on symmetry. It basically does a instance mirror, so you can see both sides at once. So let's do that, and we have part of his torso built. So let's select these edges and just keep extruding those until we get down to there. That looks good. Then we can select these edges and extrude those until we get to his back, and let's straighten those out. Alright, so now we have this odd curve that you might want to keep straight, so you can just edge loop that and straighten that out, and same with these edges, and same with these. So we'll straighten those out a little bit, and maybe these we can straighten in this direction. And so yeah, you can also insert edge loops with some of the edge tools. So you insert that and you'll see how it starts to conform to the mesh. So it always will conform to whatever you have as the target mesh. Let's go and select these edges, and actually we'll straighten those out, and then we can extrude these guys till we get to the top of the neck, and let's straighten these out. So all I'm doing is snap into grid when I'm straightening the edges. It's pretty simple. Actually, let me undo that, and you can also do relax verts on these. So let's relax the verts on these, and you'll see that how that works. It's basically relaxing the verts and conforming to the mesh. And we can move these guys around until we get what? Oops. That's one thing. Don't select any other meshes that your other meshes other than the ones you want to conform to. So I accidentally selected one, and then we can bring this up and extrude those guys up. There's also this auto weld. If you set the weld distance to like 0.5, which is pretty high, you can just move, when you move verts around and they get close to another vert, they will automatically get welded. Other than the instanced mirror, it has to be in the same geometry. So let's move this here, and you'll see that that automatically got welded. And we'll just clean this up, and let's go and extrude this edge out. Oops. I think I had some so it looks like I might have moved some of these verts. Yeah. You can just go and delete these guys. And so another thing is, if you hide the live object, you just hit stop and then restart again. I'll find a way around that at some point. But move these guys around. You can also create append polygons. So let's go and append polygon. Enter G to restart that. Enter G to restart it, and fill that up. And that one didn't go very well, so let's try that again. Actually, let's just do that. Create a triangle there, and oops, hit the wrong one. And create a triangle there. So that, you can see you have half of a torso done. You can go into normals and then soften those. So that is basically the start of the Ninja Topo tool. I'll show you how to just do some quick lofts. So let's delete this guy. Start Okay, stop it. Start it again. Let's say you just want to create a ring around this guy, and let's delete this guy. So you can create a ring. Let's go edit points. Just make that flat so it's just better. You can just go and also just rebuild this. We'll add like 16 segments in here and just duplicate. We'll center the pivot and just duplicate, 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 and doesn't matter like the ring size, but as long as it's about the same size as the mesh you're gonna retopologize, should work pretty good. So select those in order, just hit loft, and you'll see you have a lofted surface with that, and it's conforming to the mesh. So then you can just go in and just add some edge rings in here to add a little bit more tessellation, and you got a pretty clean start there. And just go back and oops, let's get out of that mode. Just go into edge, and we can just do the other just basic extruding again to add more geometry in there. So that's an introduction to the Retopo tools.